So you wrote an article, your previews, NFL preview, Cleveland Browns. The biggest strength you had is the defensive line. I don't know that anybody would question that. They've got young guys that aren't as well known that look like they're ready to take a step into the spotlight.
Yeah, absolutely. One guy that I look at is the edge defender who played really well the second half of last year. That's Isaiah McGuire. He had one of the best run defense grades in the league for us, which is obviously so important. Obviously, you want every defensive end to be a great pass rusher, but you already have the best one on the planet, Myles Garrett, right? So if the rest of the defensive line, McGuire, even Mason Graham on the inside, he was the highest graded defensive tackle in college last year in run defense. If those guys can stop the run and you don't have that option all the time of running on the Browns to avoid those obvious passing situations, that's when you allow Myles Garrett to really do his work, and then those other guys can contribute there too. But this defensive line is far and away the best unit on this team.
So biggest weakness you had quarterback spotlight Joe Flacco, and then offensive player spotlight Jerry Jeudy. The pairing of Jeudy and Flacco, it could be pretty good.
I think it makes a lot of sense when you look at the success that Jeudy had, especially in some of the base concepts in Stefanski's offense, in those intermediate throws, a lot of those crossing routes that Flacco came in a couple years ago in that run to the playoffs. He was very, very comfortable making those throws, play action, getting under center, running that play action concepts, getting things horizontal, working across the field. And Jeudy, look, he came over last year and he established himself as the clear top target on this team. Just got an insane amount of volume because really there was just nobody else proven aside from David Njoku, obviously at tight end, but at wide receiver, he's the one proven consistent option right now. It feels like he really needs to be their best offensive player again this year and maybe take another step forward.
Defensively, obviously, Myles Garrett, the defensive player spotlight. Rookie to watch, Mason Graham. And you have best bet, Cedric Tillman, over 675 and a half yards. Let's talk a little bit about Graham. We talked a little bit about Garrett, and we've got superlatives for him, but we'll just. What have you seen from Graham?
I mean, honestly, look, for the last 3 years at Michigan, he was the best defensive tackle in college football. He's active. He's super quick for his size. He's very versatile in pass rush situations. He can do things very much like Chris Jones, where you can align him anywhere on the line of scrimmage. If it's outside off the edge, if it's inside over the center. I've even seen times, even at 320 pounds, where he's standing up on 2 feet and he's a stand-up edge rusher. Mason Graham can do a little bit of everything. There's some concerns about his lack of arm length and his ability maybe sometimes with a shorter, stockier build to take on double teams, but his quickness and his athleticism, there are times I watch him, it should not be possible for him to move the way he does at 320 pounds. He's an active player, and with Garrett taking a lot of double teams, if Graham is going to get a ton of one-on-ones, I really like his chances to succeed in the NFL very soon.
What do you think about Tillman? That's a guy that you saw him a little bit, and he was starting to really look like he was getting ready to break out with Jameis Winston, and then he misses a bunch of games with concussion.
Yeah, look, I mean, you saw it with Winston. If Tillman has an ability with a vertical passer like Jameis Winston to get downfield and get opportunities downfield, look, he's a size speed guy, right? A lot of those guys from Tennessee are. He's a size speed guy that you hope to get 4, 5, 6 vertical targets per week, but those are big time explosive plays, right? Again, I don't think, even like Isaiah Bond, same way, I don't think Tillman will ever be a super high volume target that he sees the ball 10, 12 times in a game and you base your whole offense around. But as a vertical threat who can threaten safeties downfield and 3 or 4 times a game make a big play, that's a guy who's got that sort of potential across 17 games. And again, the Browns are lacking for a second clear option at wide receiver right now. If he becomes that guy, I think that's his role, is to be the deep threat to open everything else up for Jeudy and for these tight ends.